All right, so this is 5.3b. So this is a continuation of 5.3 and the elimination method. Now the last one we looked at were problems with common coefficients. Okay, so this one's going to be a little more difficult where we need to solve systems using elimination without common coefficients. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is either we're going to have to multiply one or both equations by some number to create matching / opposite coefficients. So what we're going to do is change some of these problems in order to get matching coefficients or opposites. So like if it's 2x, right, we need the other one either 2x or negative 2x. So we can either add or subtract them. So we want to make them look like they looked like in 5.3a. All right, so if we look at number one, if we look at the x's, right, we want to look at what we can multiply this x by to get to 2x. Okay, right? If we did the y's, then we'd have to multiply both, right? We can't multiply 3 by something and get 7. So we want to multiply this first equation by something to get 2x. Well, what times x gives us 2x? Well, 2 times x gives us 2x. So we need to multiply 2 to every single term in this first equation, right? So we get 2 times this first x, so 2x. Then we get 2, right, times this plus 3y. So 2 times plus 3y equals positive 6y. And then 2 times positive 6 is 12. Okay, then we just keep the second equation. So 2x minus 7y equals negative 1. Right, and then we need to subtract this. Right, that's going back to our other our last section. Right, we had 2x and 2x. So we need to subtract all of them. Okay, so we're going to have to subtract all of them. So we do first 2x minus 2x. Right, that's going to cancel out and give us 0. Okay, so this cancels out. Then we do 6x minus negative 7y. So when you minus a negative, right, it turns into plus. Okay, so this becomes 13y because we subtracted this negative 7. Okay. And then the last step, we need to do 12 minus negative 1. So when, again, we subtract a negative, that means we add it. So 12 plus 1 gives us 13. All right, now last step is divide by 13 and solve for y. So y equals 1. And now we go back to how we solved before. We take one of the original equations. So I'll use my x plus 3y equals 6. All right, substitute this 1 in for y and solve for x. X plus 3 times 1 equals 6. X plus 3 equals 6. Subtract 3, and we get x equals 3. And then if we want to write our coordinate, it would be 3, 1. All right. Let's try another. Let's try number 2. Now, right? This is a 9 and this is a 2. We're going to multiply everything by both sides if we solve for x. So let's look at y's. Okay. We have a 3y in the first one. We have a y here. So that means we need to multiply everything by 3 in this second equation to get the same coefficient. So original stays the same up here. And now we're going to multiply all 3 terms by 3. So 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times y is 3y. And then 5 times 3 is 15. And again, we have same coefficients. That means we need to subtract. Okay, so 9x minus 6x is 3x. When we subtract 3y minus 3y, it cancels out. And then we have to do 12 minus 15 here. Okay, that's important. Make sure you remember that it's 12 minus 15. So we get negative 3 divided by 3. X equals negative 1. Now, I'm going to use the second original equation here. You could use the first, though. Doesn't really matter. So I got to plug in this negative 1 for x. 2 times negative 1 plus y equals 5. We get negative 2 plus y equals 5. Add 2 to both sides. We get y equals 7. So our coordinates are negative 1, positive 7. Okay. All right. So I'll have you try 3. So I'm going to skip over 3. So we skipped over 3. I'm going to move on to number 8. Okay. Because in number 8, what we have to do is we have to multiply both equations, right? You'll see 3 times something's not going to give us 5x, and 3 times something's not going to give us 4. Okay, so you kind of got to decide which variable you want to solve for. So you kind of pick. I'm going to pick y. Okay, so we want to figure out what is the lowest number they have, 3 and 4 have in common. Okay, it should be 12, right? So we're looking for 12. We want 12y for both of these. So we have to multiply what by 3y to get 12y? Well, multiply everything by 4. And then what times 4y gives us 12y is 3. So in this case, we actually have to multiply both equations by a number to get same coefficients. So make sure you multiply every single term by that number. Right, 4 times 3x gives us 12x. That's distributing here, here, and also to this one. 4 times 3y gives us 12y. And then 4 times 9 gives us 36. Next, we have to distribute the 3 to all these terms. Okay, so we get 15x from 3 times 5x. We get 12y from 3 times 4y. And we get 3 times 10 is 30. And now these are the same coefficients for our y's. So make sure we subtract 12x minus 15x is negative 3x. 12y minus 12 cancels out. And then again, make sure you're doing 36 minus 30, right? We're subtracting. So we get 6. Okay. And now we divide by negative 3 to both sides to solve for x. So x equals negative 2. Now pick one of the original equations. So I'll pick the first one, 3x plus 3y equals 9. Substitute that x in here. 3 times negative 2 minus, plus 3y equals 9. So negative 6 plus 3y equals 9. Add the 6. 3y equals 15. So y equals 5. Okay. So we get x and y. So we get negative 2, 5 for our solution to this problem. All right. So now we didn't do some of them. I'll have you try numbers. We skipped what? So try 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, you know what? Skip 6. So try 7 and 9. So 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. Okay, so we're skipping 6, skipping 11 and 12. Okay, so try these problems right here. Okay,